factor
Yeah.
is? What is a
Uh,
factor?
when the number can like totally divide some another number, then
Totally
it's the
divide
factor
another
of
one.
that number.
Yes, very good. So, for example, if you have the number 12, right? And
Hmm.
for example, its factors are 3 multiplied by 4. There are other factors as well, but we can write it as 3 multiplied by 4. Yes?
Hmm.
So now, so 3 and 4 are what? They are factors. Now notice one thing, that if you divide 12 by any of its factors, if you divide 12 by 3, what will the remainder be?
4.
What will the remainder be?
0, 0, 0, 0.
0. And if you divide 12 by its other factor, which is 4, what will the remainder be in this case?
0.
Again 0, right? Because 4 3s are 12, 0. So over here, 3 4s are 12, 0. So do you notice one thing, that if you divide 12 by any of its factors, its remainder will be what? Yes,
0.
0. Very good, Riaz. So now let's take a number which is not a factor of 12. Can you name a number which is not a factor of 12? Anyone?
Um,
A number which is
5.
not a factor of 12. Very
5.
good. 5. Okay. So 12, if you divide it by 5, do you think the remainder will be, don't do the division. Just tell me by guessing, do you think the remainder will be 0 or non-zero?
Non-zero.
It will be non-zero, right? So 5 tens are,
2
sorry, 5
will
twos
be the
are
remainder.
10 and remainder is 2. So remainder is 2. If you divide 12 by some other number, let's say 7, which is again not a factor.
Yeah,
So
not a
then
factor.
7 ones are 7, remainder is what? 5.
5.
Similarly, if you divide it by, let's say 8, 12 divided by 8, will the remainder be 0 or non-zero?
Non-zero.
It will be non-zero. Why? Because 8 is
8 is not a factor of
not
12.
a factor of 12, right? So 8 ones are 8 and then 4, so the remainder is 4. So what did we see from here? What can we conclude from here about if we divide a number from any number, if we divide a number by its factor, the
And
remainder will
yeah, 0. And if
and
it's not the factor, then it will be a non-zero number.
non-zero, right? Acha, so now can you look, and let's say I give you a number over here. I won't tell you what number it is. I will tell you, let's say it is M. And let's say
Okay.
the number over here is, um, let's say a number P. Okay. Okay, let's say a number
Okay.
R. Fine. Because I didn't use P because usually we use the uh, we use the letter P for prime numbers. That's why. But it's okay anyway. So M divided by R, and I'm telling you that when I do this division, the remainder is 0. Can you tell me something about the relationship between M and R? Yeah.
R is the factor of M.
R is a factor of M. Very good.
Yeah.
So if, let's say over here, if I had a remainder, let's say 1. Now, can you tell me, Riaz, can you tell me the relationship between R and M?
It's not factor.
Very good. It's not a factor of M. So here R is not a factor of M. So this thing that we have seen, this is applicable not just in numbers, but in polynomials as well. So
Yeah.
in polynomials, also you have factors. And how do we decide if something is a factor or not? So for
The
example,
number can, like the equation can divide the polynomial,
yeah, and then
and
the
the
remainder will
remainder will be 0.
be 0. Then it will be a factor. So,
Factor.
so let's do one thing. Let's take an example of x
The
square
root of a
minus,
polynomial is it's the like the remainder theorem, right?
yes,
Yeah.
the root. If you have a number which is a root of the polynomial, then x minus that root of the polynomial will be a factor of that. We'll get into that. Okay. So x
Okay.
square minus 1. Let's say this is your polynomial p of x square minus 1.
Okay.
Acha, does this look like anything? Or let's say x square minus, so fine, let's keep it 1 only, x square minus 1. Can you think of an identity from here? Does this look like an identity?
Yes.
Which identity?
A square minus B square.
B square. What is A and what is B?
A is X and B is 1. Minus
1,
1.
right? So we can write this, and this is called factorizing. We are factorizing it into its
Yeah.
constituent factors. So how can we factorize it? What should we write now?
X minus 1 and X plus 1.
X minus 1 multiplied by X plus 1.
X plus
right?
1.
So these are both the
The
factors of
factors.
P of X. So let's write it like this. So since you can write x square minus 1 as x minus 1 into x plus 1, therefore you can say that x minus 1 is a factor
Of X square minus 1.
of x square minus 1, and x
And
plus
X
1
plus
is
1 is also a factor of X square minus 1.
minus 1, right? Acha, now look at this carefully. Okay. Now tell me from here, if you from the first one, from the first factor, x minus 1 is a factor, right? So let's put 1 as, let's put 1 into your p of x, which is x square minus 1. So let's put 1 into p of x. That means p of 1. What will p of 1 be?
One, that 1 square minus 1. So 1 minus 1, which is equals to 0.
0, right? So do you see that over here, p of 1 is 0. That is why x minus 1 is a factor of x, of the p of x. Okay, so from here we can say that p of 1 is 0. That means, and this goes both ways, that means p of 1 is 0 implies that x minus 1 is a factor of px, p of x. And the other way around as well. X minus 1 is a factor of p of x implies that p of 1 will be 0. So just this factor theorem is very, very simple.
Yeah.
The only thing that you need to remember is that what are we taking our this thing? We call it as A. This number which we are putting inside the polynomial, we call this number as A. Okay, and this, if your p of A is 0, that means your x minus A, not plus A. Please make note of this, because a lot of students end up making a mistake in this. So x minus A is a factor
of
px. Okay. So let's just write the what does the factor theorem say? The formal definition of the factor theorem. It says that if p of x, it's there in your textbook also, but I will write a more simplified definition. Not definition, statement. If p of x is a polynomial and then okay, and p of A is equal to 0, then, so basically what they are saying in this statement is that if you have any polynomial and you find the root of that polynomial, then x minus that root will be a factor of p of x.
Yeah.
Okay, and vice versa as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And vice versa, and conversely, we can say conversely, if x minus A is a factor of px, then this A will happen to be your root. then P
Yeah.
of A will be 0. That means A will be a root of the polynomial. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's quickly see a few questions on this.
Okay.
Okay. So we have, chalo. So we saw x square minus 1. Let's try x square minus 4. So if your P of x is x square minus 4, okay, and you have to check whether x plus 2 is a factor of P of x. So in this case, in what we
X
used to
will
do
be
in case of
minus 2 and yeah, it is a factor of this because then x will be 2 minus 2 and x square
A
will
will
be
be
2
minus.
minus, yeah, 4 minus 4, so 0.
So what we used to do till now was that, so if anyone asks you, check whether 3 is a factor of, or let's say check whether 13 is a factor of some huge number, then what will you do? You will sit and do the long division and you will see whether you're getting 0 as the remainder or not, right? But in this
Yeah.
case, due to the factor theorem, we don't have to do the long division to just check whether something is a factor of something. All we have to do is just put this A in place of x over here, and if you get the value as 0, then you're done. So over here, first of all, what will A be from here?
Minus 2.
Minus 2, okay. A will be minus 2.
Yeah.
So now P of A will be what? Minus 2 square.
Minus 2 square.
Minus 4.
Minus
So this
4.
will be
4 minus 4.
This will be 4 minus 4, and that is 0. So you're seeing that P of minus 2 is 0. That means
it's a factor.
What is a factor?
X plus 2 is a factor of x square minus 4.
X plus 2 is a factor of P of x. Is this fine?
Yes.
Acha. Now similarly, if you have another question where your P of x is equal to, let's say 2x plus 6, and you have to check whether x plus 3 is
or
a
else
factor of
we can
this.
even have the factors with just the equation.
Meaning?
We can put 2x plus 6 equals 0 and then get one of the factors.
You will be able to get the roots. If you put 2x plus 6 equal to 0, then the value of x that you get, that will be the root. Right?
Okay.
So check whether x plus 3 is a factor. We can very easily factorize this now. This is a linear polynomial. So this can be very easily factorized. For example, you have 2x plus 6. So can you take something as common here?
2.
Very good. So you can take this becomes equal to 2 times x plus 3. So very clearly, what have we done? We have factorized this into two consequent factors, which are
2 and x plus 3.
And x plus 3. So yes, from here, obviously, we can see that x plus 3 is a factor, right?
Yes.
Yes. So from here, we can see that it's a factor. But what if the polynomial you have is something huge that you're not able to factorize it? So in that case, factor theorem,
we'll use the,
yeah, it comes in handy. So let's do a few polynomials where we have bigger degree polynomials, larger degree polynomials. Okay, so Munir, Abdul Rahman, and who else do we have here? That's it. So Munir and Abdul Rahman, what happened? Why are you guys so late today? Everything okay? Munir, you guys are coming almost half an hour late in the class. You have missed a lot. Kindly, after the class, please go through the recording. Okay? And anyway, just a quick recap of what we've done.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am. My big sister, my sister was doing something.
Okay. So just a quick recap of what we studied till now today was that we studied factor theorem. Factor theorem says that if you have a polynomial and if you know its root, the roots which we found in the previous class, remember? So if you know the root of a polynomial, then x minus that root, whatever that is, x minus that root will be a factor of that polynomial. And factor is the same thing that you have been studying since fourth or fifth grade, factors and multiples, remember? So x minus that root will be a factor of the polynomial. So that is what we have been seeing, and this will become clear once we do a few more questions. So check whether just a minute. Check whether x plus 1 is a factor of x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So what did we see? We saw that, okay, this is my p of x, right? This is p of x. This is the factor that you have to check. This is the smaller polynomial. You have to check whether this is a factor of the bigger polynomial. So what do we do in this case now? What do we do from here? Yes, Preshita? Yes, what do we do from here?
Get the root,
No.
use the factor theorem.
Use a factor
So
theorem. And how are we going to use the
x
factor theorem?
equals -1.
Yes, not x equals -1. From here, a equals -1, right? So
Yeah,
it's
a
okay.
equals -1.
You can say x equals -1 also. It's not wrong to say that. So from here, you can say a equals
So
-1. Okay, because we say that x minus that number is a factor. That means,
yeah,
so if you say x minus a is a factor, then you have to put p of a. So this is something that you have to be very careful about. Then over here, so we have x plus 1 is a factor. So you have to take negative of whatever is written here. Okay. So since it
yeah.
is plus 1, we will take -1. A is -1. So,
Ma'am, it is a factor because
so now you put
-1,
P of A. P of A is basically P of -1, and you put that in
yeah,
place of x.
yes. So
That's
-1 plus
Hmm.
1, -1 plus 1. So these will get cut.
Yeah. So you see, minus the when you have the sign
-1,
negative and you raise it to an odd power, the answer
then
will
it
be
will
negative.
negative, and if
And
it's
when
an
it is an
even, then it will
even
be
power,
positive.
it's an even power, that will be positive. Okay. So
Yeah,
-1 plus 1. So you have -1 plus 1 gets
yeah.
cancelled,
So
becomes 0. -1 plus 1 gets cancelled, becomes 0. So this is equal to 0. So what
yeah.
have we seen here? If P of -1 is 0, then that means what is a factor?
X
Which
plus 1 is a factor of P of x.
x plus 1 is a factor of P of x.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Acha, let's do this one now. Let's do another question. It will become clearer from here then. Check whether just a minute.
Okay.
Let's see if there's some interesting question we have. Acha, okay. So all of you have to do this by yourselves, okay?
Okay.
Check whether x plus 2 is a factor of px equals x cube plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1. Yes. So, Riaz, what is the first thing we will do? Yes, Riaz? Yeah, Riaz, are you there? If you're there, please unmute. Okay, looks like he's not there. Zen, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, what is the first step that we need to do here? Look at what I have highlighted. That is a hint.
P.
Okay,
P
from
minus
here,
1.
not -1. Look at what I've highlighted. What is it? What is it written? It's written x plus
2.
2. So from here, it's x plus 2, right? So just see, even if you weren't there in the beginning of the class, you can just take a look at how we have done things in the previous question. Na? Here we had +1, so we took a as -1 because we are supposed to have x minus a is the smaller polynomial that we are supposed to check. Okay, so it's x minus a, right? So since over here it is x, then are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Since here it is x plus 1, therefore we will take a as -1. Whatever the sign is over here, we will just reverse that sign and take that as a. Is it okay? Then,
Yes.
so then what does our a become? A is equal to, from here,
Minus 2.
very good, -2. So this is the first step. A is equal to -2. Second step is put this a inside p of x. That means you have to find p of a. P of a means p of -2. And this is going to be equal to what, Zen?
Minus 2 cube.
Very good. -2 cube.
Plus 3 minus 2 square.
3 times -2 square plus
3 minus 2.
3 times -2. Don't say 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Whereas 3 times -2 is equal to -6. Do you see the difference then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Preshita, if you have solved, please let me know the answer in the
Yes,
chat
ma'am.
box.
It's not the. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so +1. Right? Now, Zen, what will this become?
Minus 2.
What is -2 cube? Achha, forget about minus. What is 2 cube?
And ma'am.
Okay, Preshita.
Ma'am, is it correct?
They haven't asked you to find the remainder, but yeah, it's correct that it's
Okay.
not going to be a fact.
Yeah.
Zen, what will it become, bache? What is 2 cube? Tell me quickly.
2 into 2.
You have to memorize the cubes at least till 10. 2 cube is 8, na?
Oh,
2 cube is 8. So, anyway, Preshita, the remainder part that you have calculated, let's just see what it will be. Okay, I haven't
Okay.
reached there yet. So
Okay.
then this will be 2 cube is 8. Now since there is a negative sign over here, and we know that negative, then are you listening?
yes, ma'am.
Negative, when you raise it to an odd power, it remains negative. So this becomes -8 plus 3 times -2 square is what? Zen,
-8.
minus 2 square is what?
Oh, uh, minus
You got muted. Zen, hurry up. It is 4 minus. Now, everyone, please pay attention. Even if you weren't paying attention till now and you didn't understand the previous questions, pay close attention here and then you will understand it. Okay. Munir, Abdul Rahman, Zen, all of you. So then this becomes 3 times minus 2, which is minus 6 plus 1. So here we have minus 8 plus 12 minus 6 plus 1. So what we are going to do here is we are going to take all the negatives together and the positives together. That way it will be easier. So here we have minus 14 plus 13, which is equal to minus 1. Reshita, how are you getting a... Acha, wait.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, I got. Oh, okay. One second. I just realized what I made a mistake.
Hmm. Okay. So let's do a different type of question now. Find the value
Yes,
of...
ma'am.
Got it? Okay. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of 4x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x plus k. So this is your p of x. You have to find the value of k. And what is given to you? Who will tell me what is given to you?
That x minus 1 is a factor, so that x minus 1 can divide this whole thing.
So x minus 1 is a factor. So that means from here your a will become
1.
1. So if x, now let's write it like this. Since x minus 1 is a factor of px, therefore p of what will be 0?
P of x will be here.
No. P of x is not 0. P of x is this. P of what will be 0? X minus 1 is a factor. So P of what will be 0?
1 is 0.
P of 1 will be 0. Okay. So now let's find P of 1. So they are saying that P of 1 is 0. So P of 1 is what? In place of x, just keep substituting it with 1. So 4 times 1 cube plus 3 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus k. Okay. And this is equal to 0. That's what they are saying. I mean, that's what we have found from this equation. Okay. Now from here, tell me what will be the value of k. Please type it in the chat box once you're done. Anyone.
Yeah, done.
Okay, type it in the chat box. This becomes 4 plus 3 minus 4 plus k. So this is 4 and 4 gets cancelled. Yes. So this is equal to 0. That means 3 plus k equals 0. That means k equals minus 3. Does anyone have any doubt till here? Preshita, no doubt?
No, ma'am, no doubts.
Munir? Munir? Abdul Rahman? Abdul Rahman? Zen?
No, ma'am.
No doubts? So it's 100% clear, everything.
Ma'am, why did we take P for X?
Why did we take what? Where?
P for X.
Are you talking about this thing?
No, no. It should be X minus 1 equals 0. Right?
X minus 1 is not 0, dear. X minus 1 is a factor of Px. Okay. So therefore, P of 1 will be 0. This is what the factor theorem says. Just take a look at it. It says if Px is a polynomial, okay, and look at the conversely wala part, okay. If x minus a is a factor, then P of a is 0. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Acha, what if someone gave you something like this? If 2x minus 1 is a factor, then what will you do? You can just divide throughout by 2. So what will this become? X minus 1 by 2. So that this basically means x minus 1 by 2 is a factor. You just want the x to be free from anything. Okay. So over here, x minus 1 by 2 is a factor. That means P of what will be 0 from here?
1 by 2.
Very good, 1 by 2. So Zen, is this concept clear to you now?
Yes, ma'am.
So now you got why we took P of 1 as 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha, then I will give you a suggestion. After the class or tomorrow, whenever is suitable, please go through the recording recording of today's class, the one that you missed in the beginning. You came a little late, so you missed a few things. Once you go through those things, it will be very clear to you, I'm sure. Okay.
Okay.
So please, on the number from which number you get the link of the class, from that you will get from that number. If you ask for the recording, you will get it there, or you can just look at it, look it up at your on your portal as well. Okay, your Learnivio portal. Fine. So now let's do another type of question. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, we have seen that we can find factors of polynomials, right? Acha, so you guys remember splitting the middle term method of factorizing? You used to do that. Do you remember this? Splitting the middle term? Acha, have you ever heard of splitting the middle term method?
Yes.
Yes. And then?
Yeah.
Then have you heard of splitting the middle term method?
No, ma'am.
Yes. No? Okay, see, I will just try to help you recall it. See, let's say you have something like x square plus 5x plus 6. Okay, then are you paying attention?
Yes.
Yeah. So here, this splitting the middle term happens when this method you can use when you have a quadratic equation. Quadratic means x square term is there. Okay. Not more than x square. There's no x cube or anything else. Just x square and below x square. So basically the degree of the polynomial is 2. So this is called a quadratic equation. Now what we do in this case is we split it like this. Acha, before coming to splitting the middle term, then try to do x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 3. How do we solve this? Then tell me step by step and I will write it down. Yes, then. X plus 2 multiplied by x plus 3. How do we do this? How do we multiply both of them? Then are you aware of this or not?
One second.
Acha. Preshita,
Yeah.
tell us how to do this step by step.
Mom, but where's the middle split term in this?
No, we are not doing this. We are not doing this splitting the middle term right now. We are just
Okay.
solving. We are just
So
solving this.
yeah, so I will
Expanding.
multiply x. I will multiply x plus 2 by 2x plus 3.
Okay. We are
Yeah, so
multiplying this
x
with this.
into x plus 3, which
X
will
into
become,
x plus 3.
yeah,
Plus
and then
2
2
into x plus
plus
3.
2 plus x, yeah,
Then
x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 3, 6.
6.
So
Okay.
x square plus 5x plus 6.
Just a minute. I will make a few changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you saw how we did this?
Yes,
So
Now see how this thing becomes 5x. 2x plus 3x becomes 5x. How is that happening? Then pay attention here. You see 2x. Okay. So this 2 and this 3, when they combine, they combine in two different ways. First, we are adding 2 and 3. 2x plus 3x. है ना? We are adding 2 and 3. So that gives us 5x. And then over here, we are multiplying 2 and 3 and that gives us 6. So these two are supposed to be added also and multiplied also. So do you see how we are getting x square plus 5x plus 6? Then?
yes.
So here, what we are going to do is, Preshita, please solve the first question of the first of this exercise. Exercise right after the factor theorem, which is in my book it is exercise 2.3, in yours it might be 2.4.
okay.
I'm not sure. In the old version. Okay. So
First question, right?
yeah, the first question. Check whether this determine which of the following polynomials has x plus 1 as a factor. Okay, Preshita, do that question and then
Okay.
let me know. So
Yeah.
yes, then this part is clear. From here, how are we getting till here?
Yes.
Yes. So how are we getting it? We are getting first, we will just do it x square. Then we will do 2 plus 3, which is 5x, and then 2 into 3, which is 6. Fine. So the same thing, or in fact, the reverse of this, we are going to apply over here when we have to factorize. When we factorize it, it will become something like this. One bracket into another bracket. And this process that we have done, opening the brackets, this is called simplification. We are simplifying it or we are solving it. Okay, this is called solving. And what we are going to do now is factorizing. These are both opposite of each other. So now then you have changed your name to Ayaz. So here we are supposed to sorry, split the middle term. Middle term means that term which has just x, not x square. Okay. So we are going to split it like this, 3x plus 2x. Because 5 can be written as 3 plus 2. Yes or no, Zen?
Yes.
Acha, tell me one thing. 5 can also be written as 4 plus 1, na? Yes or no? 5 can be written as 4 plus 1 or not?
Yes.
It can be written as 4 plus 1. Then why can't we just do it like that? Why are we taking 2 and 3 only? Because if we take 4 plus 1, we will not be able to take anything as common over here. That is why we take 2x plus 3x. Okay. Now then, look carefully what's happening here. From these two terms, you have to take something common. From these two terms, you have to take something common. So from the first two terms, what can we take common? Yes, then.
Ma'am, done with the question.
2x and
Okay, then Preshita, do the second one. Over here, we can take x as common, not 2x. We will take x as common from both of these terms. Here 1x, here 1x. So what is remaining? X plus 2 is remaining inside the bracket after taking it as common. Yes or no, Zen? Zen? Okay. So let's wait for him to be back. Preshita,
Yes, ma'am.
first question, what answers did you get?
Ma'am, just the first one is the factor of
First one, though, we've already done. We've done the first one over here somewhere.
yeah, that is the only factor in the whole question. Second,
Acha.
when the second we solve it, we get the
Hmm.
remainder as 1. When we do the third one, we again get 1, and during the
Hmm.
fourth one, we get 2 plus 2 root 2 as the remainder.
Okay, we're gonna put -1 over here. So you're gonna have 2 plus 2 root 2. Okay, fine. This is gonna cancel and 2 plus this is going to be -1. 2 plus 2 root 2. ठीक है. Okay, now to the second question. It is also very similar.
Yes.
Munir, Abdul Rahman.
Yes.
Yes. So Abdul Rahman, tell us how to do this question. Question number 2. Okay, forget about question number 2. Tell us how to do this one. Check whether x plus 1 is a factor of 2x cube plus x square minus 2x minus 1. Abdul Rahman, this is on you. Yes, Abdul Rahman.
Okay.
How to do this? Abdul Rahman, what is the first step that we need to take?
Wait.
Abdul Rahman, I'm asking you, what is the first step that we are going to take? Tell me.
Yeah, wait. Let me first calculate.
You don't have to calculate anything. I'm not asking you to calculate. I am asking you to tell me what is the first step we are going to take.
Oh,
Which theorem have we studied today? Yes, Abdul Rahman.
okay, I'm not sure what.
You're not sure of what?
I'm done with the second question.
Of this question.
Okay, Preshita, do the third one.
Okay.
Abdul Rahman, you're not sure of this question. Why? We have been doing this question, many such questions like this. First, tell me
Wait, okay, I
which
think
theorem have we studied today?
okay, when it comes to solution, it's x plus 1 equals 0. into x equal -1. Now p -1 equals 2 minus 3 powered by 3.
Abdul Rahman, I don't want an answer that you're copying from somewhere else. I really don't need that. You are here to learn. You're not here to act smart. If you have not been listening, please admit that you have not been listening. And I only want serious students in my class. If you're not serious about learning, please just leave the class. Yes, Preshita. So what were the answers of the first part of the second question? What was the answer?
It is a factor.
It is a factor. Okay.
Then
Then
the second one, the remainder is 1. So it's not a factor.
not a factor. Okay. Remainder is 1. Acha, haan, we did this question just now, I think.
Yeah, yeah, we did.
No, it was -1.
Yeah, I just forgot to put the minus.
Then
And then we get yeah, so it's a factor again for the third one.
the third one is again a factor. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Now, do you need any help in the third question? Find the value of k if x
No,
minus
ma'am.
1 is a factor of px.
No.
Okay. Acha, do one thing, Prishita, take that as homework and then we will see the middle term splitting. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So take that as homework because that is pretty simple. You can do it by yourself also.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about how we can factorize a quadratic polynomial, and we know that we can do it using splitting the middle term method, right? Very easy. We've been doing that. Acha. So let's just do one of these. Factorize 3x squared minus x minus 4. You have to factorize this.
Okay. So first I will multiply 3 by 4. Then I'll get 12. Yeah.
Minus 12.
3 by
Yes.
minus 4. So I'll get minus 12. Then I will get 2 factors, which when added, I get minus x.
Minus x.
Yeah.
No. 2 factors. 2 factors of minus 12, which when added give you minus x. Okay.
Yeah. So they can be minus 4 and 3.
They can be minus 4 and 3. That will give you minus x. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go with this. 3x square.
Minus 4. No, plus 3. Minus 4. X minus 4.
Okay.
So the common here will be 3x. X in the bracket plus 1. Then we will keep minus 4 as common and x and plus 1. Then 3x minus 4 will be one of the factors and x plus 1 will be one of the factors.
So we have factorized this. Acha, so if someone asks you, what will be p of 4 by 3?
In this equation?
P of 4 by 3, this is your p of x.
Yeah.
Okay. So what will be p of 4 by 3? Hint is, look at this.
No, ma'am, I did not understand it.
See, what did we see? That if this is a factor, or let's say if x plus 1 is a factor, then p of, from here we can say that p of what will be 0?
Minus 1.
Minus 1, right? So from here we can say that p of 4 by 3 will be
X
Again. From here, just the same thing. These are two factors, na?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
for this factor, I am saying that because of this factor, P of minus 1 is 0,
Huh.
right? Because here it is plus
Okay.
1. So
Hmm.
because of this factor, P of what will become 0?
Minus 4 by 3.
Now here it is minus 4, so it will become plus 4 by 3, right?
Okay.
Remember we talked about changing the signs?
Yeah, the other side.
So this P of 4 by 3 becomes 0.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the fourth question is also pretty simple. You can do that. Now let's try to see how to factorize cubic polynomials. Okay.
Hmm.
So here is basically the working rule for cubic polynomials. Oops. Factorizing cubic polynomials. Achha, why do we need to factorize in the first place? Why are we learning all this factorization and this and that? Because we need to use it sometimes. You might not
Okay.
need it right
Yeah.
now, but later on, during your 9th grade, 10th grade, and even later on in 11th and all, you will have some huge polynomial, and you will, for example, just like, we need, let's say if you have 18 by 12,
Yeah.
you can simplify it if you know the factors of 18 and 12,
Hmm.
right? So similarly,
Yeah.
sometimes you have two polynomials. You can simplify them if you know the factors of both of them. Then the factors will get cancelled. Let's say one of the polynomials is x minus 1 into x plus 3, and the other polynomial is x plus 3 into x minus 5. Then from here, you can just cancel both of these and you can simplify your answer and write it like this. So why do we factorize? Because it helps us in many ways, and we will see this later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So factorizing cubic polynomials. Let's take a cubic polynomial first. Okay, so we have,
X cube.
just a minute, x cube. So this is your p of x. X cube is equal to x cube minus 23x squared plus 142x minus 120. Now the rule is to just multiply the coefficients of, just like we used to do over here, multiply the coefficient of the first term and the last term, right? Same
Yeah.
thing we are going to do, multiply the coefficient of the first term and the last term. So what will we get? What will we get?
Mine for 142.
No, what is the last term, dear?
Oh, minus 120.
Minus 120, right? So
Yeah.
this, we will just make a rough column, and we have to show this in our answer sheet, okay? Because many
Okay.
teachers, they look for your rough work. If they don't find any rough work on your answer sheet, they might reduce your marks. Anyway, so
Okay.
so you have minus 120. Achha, now what are the factors of 120?
20 into 6.
Okay, so we can say, let's start with the smallest one. So there is 1. 1 is a factor, plus 1 and minus 1.
Okay.
Yes, plus 2 minus 2, plus 3 minus 3, plus 4
Ma'am,
minus 4.
how are they the factors of minus 120?
How are what the factors? These negative
How?
ones?
No, ma'am, all of these.
Okay, how is 3 a factor of negative 120? Tell me, is 120 divisible by 3 or not?
Yeah, it is. Oh, okay, like that. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So plus 3 and minus 3 are factors, plus 4 and minus
Yeah.
4 are factors. Achha, you thought ki I am saying 4 into minus 4 should be equal to
Yeah.
120 that way?
Yeah.
No, I'm just listing them down in such a way that I am writing the plus and the minus next to each other. And you're gonna see
Okay.
why we
Yeah.
are doing this. You will see why we're doing this. So then plus 5 and minus 5. Similarly,
Plus
plus 6
6
and minus
minus
6. Then 7, 8
7.
won't be.
No,
8 will be or
not
not?
7.
8 will be.
8 will be. Yeah.
So plus 8 and minus 8. 9 won't be. Plus
No.
10 and
Yeah.
minus 10. So since it is 10, 2s are 20. So the next one will straight away, it will be plus 20 and minus 20. Nothing in between.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of these are factors. What we need to do now is this will now the second step. The first step was multiplying first term, last term. Second step,
Okay.
writing down the factors of that product which we have just written
Yeah.
over here. The third step is trial and error. We are going to take each of these. First, we will start with the smallest number. We will take each of these, put it in place of x and see whether it is coming out to be 0 or not. So what will happen
Okay.
if, let's say, p of 1 comes out to be 0? If it comes out to be 0, that means what can you say is a factor?
Why can't we use the remainder theorem here?
You can use the remainder theorem here, but actually in this session, CBSE has deleted the remainder theorem. So
Yeah.
we are not supposed to teach the remainder theorem. I mean, it's
Okay.
not wrong if you study it, but it won't be asked in your exam. And since we are
But
just a few
what
days
if we
away,
use the remainder theorem?
no problem, no problem. The teacher cannot deduce your marks. Sorry, deduct your
Okay.
marks if you use the remainder theorem. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, so what can you say is a factor?
Plus 1.
X minus 1 will be a factor. If p of 1 is 0, then x minus 1 will be a factor. Right? Just a minute.
Okay.
So now let's see whether p of 1 is actually 0 or not. So let's see what is p of 1.
So 1 cube minus 23 plus 142
Then
minus 120.
so let's
yeah.
So this is equal to, this is becoming equal. This is 1 plus 142 is 143 minus 143. So this is equal to 0.
0.
So since now we will write it like this. This is the correct way of writing. This is how you're supposed to write in your exam as well. Since p of 1 is 0, therefore x minus 1 is a factor of
p of 1.
P of x.
Oh, p of x. Yeah.
Because p of x is the polynomial, not p
Yeah.
of 1. P of 1 is just a constant number.
Yeah.
Okay. Then x minus 1 is a factor. Now you can use your long division method.
How many factors do we have to find for the cubic polynomial?
See, since it is a cubic polynomial, it will have 3 factors.
Okay,
3
3.
factors. Okay, like over here we saw that it is, we had a square right over here. This had 2
quadratic.
factors. Quadratic had 2 factors.
Yeah.
So cubic will have 3 factors.
3 factors.
And even more than that, will have the degree of the polynomial will be equal to the number of factors it has. And that's why if you remember in the last class, I told you it will be equal to the number of roots of the polynomial. Right? Anyway, so x minus 1 is a factor. Now you said how many do we have to find? You will not keep on doing this one by one because that will take forever.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do is we're just going to see, okay, so if plus 1, let's just let's just suppose that p of 1 did not come out to be 0. Then we will try p of minus 1. If that also didn't come out to be 0, we will try minus 2. But usually in your exams and stuff, they will usually give you something in which either 1 is a factor or minus 1 is a factor because they know you don't have that much time to keep on trying one after the other.
Yeah.
So, yes. So since this is a factor, therefore, since this is a factor, we can say that when this you divide it by this, the remainder will be 0. So now over here, you will have to divide. This dividing thing you can do in 2 ways. One is just like over here in the quadratic one, we took we splitted the middle term and we took something as common. You can do the same way as well over here also. But some students find it a little difficult. So we will do the long division method, which is very easy.
Okay.
Even though long division method is deleted from your syllabus, but we will still try to do it through that, because that is essential for factorizing. Without that, you will not be able to factorize.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try the long division method.
Okay.
So x minus 1 is a factor. That means p of x will divide x minus 1, right? So x cube minus 23x squared plus 142x minus 120. When you divide it by x minus 1, you are supposed to get something in the numerator. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, how do we do this? We first take x. X multiplied by some number should give you x cube. What will that be?
X square.
X square. So x multiplied with x square will give you x cube, and we write x cube as it is. We will not forget the partner of x. Okay. X has a partner, and that partner also has to multiply with x square.
Yeah.
So how will you do that? That will be minus x square.
Minus 1x square.
So minus x square. Now we will, just like you have when you do subtraction, let's say you have
the sign gets changed.
5. Yeah, so you have 5 2s are 10. So you do a minus over here. You change the sign of 10. So same thing we're going to do. We're going to change the sign of each of these. So x cube minus x cube will get cancelled, leave you with 0. Now we have minus 23x
minus
square
22x square.
Minus 22x square. Now we just copy down
and
everything.
The rest will just,
Then now the next step is x multiplied by what will give you
minus 22x multiplied by x.
Yes. Minus 22x multiplied by x gives you minus 22x squared. So now you have to multiply minus 1 also with whatever you have written in later.
Plus 22x will become coming under.
Now we change the sign.
Yes, plus and
plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus. 142 minus 22 becomes
120x.
120x. Then we write this as it is.
Minus. So now we just have to multiply it with 120.
120. So x multiplied with 120. X multiplied with 120 gives you 120x. And then you have to multiply the negative 1 also with 120.
Yeah. Yes.
And that gives you
minus 120.
Minus 120. And as you can clearly see, this minus this, this minus this.
And 0.
Okay. So obviously the remainder was supposed to come out as 0 because this was supposed to be a factor. But the reason we did this long division is because we had to find out the quotient. So what this means is
x minus 1 into x square minus 22x plus 120 gives us p of x.
Gives you p of x. Okay. Now you have to factorize this as well.
Okay.
So that you get
the
three
factors.
small brackets.
So 120's factors.
No, now what we will do here is the same thing we know how to do in splitting the middle term.
Quadratic polynomial.
Quadratic equation of quadratic
20
polynomial.
into x. No.
Okay, let's see the factors. See, 1 and 20. No, sorry. Sorry. We didn't write this stuff also. 120. Okay, 120 is also going to be a factor.
Yeah.
2 into 60. 3 into 3 4s are 40. Then 4 into it has to
30.
be 30. Then 5 into 5 into what?
5 into 24.
24. So 24, then 30, then 40. So 1 into 120, right? 2 into 60,
Yeah.
3 into 40, 4 into 30, 5 into 24. How about 4 into 30? Will that give you 22? It won't, right? No.
No.
Then 5 into 24, that also won't give you 22. 6 into 20, that also won't give you 22. 8 into 10, that also won't give you 22. Acha, 12 into,
Yeah.
what about
12 into 10.
12 into 10?
Yeah. Yes.
We didn't write 12 over here. We made a mistake.
Yeah.
12 into 10. And, wait. 6 into 20. 6 into
Won't
20.
give us 22.
There should be one more thing, na? 8 into what is 120?
8.
15. So we missed one more over here,
Okay.
which was 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So 12 into 10 will give you 120. Don't worry, in your exam, you most probably won't get such huge numbers which have so many factors. Yeah. So over here we have 12 into 10 gives you 120. But here you have negative. So negative 12 into negative 10 also give you 120. So here you can write this thing. This can be written as, I'm going to write this separately. X square minus what?
Minus 10.
Minus 10x minus 12x plus 120. Then,
Plus 120.
Prishita?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. It's right. Then minus x, just x.
X we take as common,
then x minus 10.
Then x minus 10 in the bracket, then
minus 12.
And then x minus 10 in
X
the bracket.
minus 10. So x minus 12 and x minus 10.
So basically, your p of x can be written as x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 10 multiplied by x minus 12. So what are the three roots of this polynomial?
X minus 1, x minus 10, x minus 12.
These are factors. Roots
Oh,
are
the 1, 10
1,
and 12.
10, 12. So these are the roots of this polynomial. Okay.